It's time now for another tasty tidbit from Philadelphia's hostess with the mostest. Here comes Chef Jacquie.
Ciao, and welcome to Cooking with Chef Jacquie. Today, I'm coming to you from my own kitchen in my home, and I'm going to show you how to make a lovely bruschetta, which is a very versatile dish, and I'll show you how you can do that. But the first thing you do when you walk into a kitchen is to wash your hands. So I'm going to walk over to my sink, and I'm going to wash my hands. Make sure you use soap, and I have my little whale, so I use my little whale scrubby, and get under those nails really, really well, harbingers of germs. And then we can continue. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have everything you need for your recipe when you're at your spot. And in the French term, that is known as mise en place. Very, very French, fancy term. And what I mean by that is you have your utensils, the knives that you're going to be using, your cutting board, if you have salt and pepper, and your olive oil, your herbs, and of course the main ingredient, which is tomato. And tomatoes have lots of history. They go back to the Aztec times, and they called them apples, love apples. When they got to Italy, they changed the name because they used to be yellow and gold. They changed them to pomodoro. So you Italians out there might understand that pomodoro actually means golden apple, and it comes from that. It's a derivative of that. The bruschetta today that we're going to make is going to be out of heirloom tomatoes. And I know a lot of people say they're ugly, but these to me are the most beautiful little babies in the world. They're so full of flavor and packed with lots of vitamins like vitamin C, vitamin A, vitamin K. You also have lycopene in there, and lycopene is associated with helping to reduce cancer in your body, which is wonderful. And cooked tomatoes happen to release more lycopene than uncooked tomatoes. And I think now we should just go on, enough yapping, time to make some tomato salad. You want to use a serrated knife when you're cooking with a tomato, and you just want to cut about 1/4 of an inch, half an inch, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch. And I find it really easy if I stack them on top of one another. Now, I'm making a rough dice. And when I say rough dice, I'm going to say about 3/4 of an inch squared. They're pretty big pieces. But you can make them smaller if you want to stretch this dish. Or you can make them bigger chunks and use bigger chunks of bread, bigger slices. Cut them on a diagonal. You can brush them with some olive oil, fry them on the stove, and then they become nice and crispy and crunchy. And by the way, the word bruschetta means grilled bread. Has nothing to do with the tomatoes. And what other ingredients go into our tomato salad? Simple. Onion. I happen to love Vidalia onions. They're nice and sweet, and they don't make you cry when you cut them. So it saves you a lot of mascara. Black pepper. I love fresh ground black pepper. I happen to be a salt freak, so I always wind up with some special salts. And today I'm using a kosher salt, which is a simple salt, and that's all we need. But, other types of salt are Himalayan pink salts. You can use salt flakes, which dissolve really, really quickly. And the last ingredient that goes in there is the parsley. You want flat leaf parsley, not curly parsley. Curly parsley has no flavor whatsoever. This flat leaf parsley has a nice parsley flavor that you're used to. And it's actually acts as its own breath refresher. So it does have a little bit of a kick to it. Now let's get back to our bruschetta and cutting up. I'm just going to add it right here to the rest of the bruschetta that I made earlier in the day. I don't know about you guys, but I cannot keep this around my house. I make it thinking that it's going to last lunchtime, and maybe I can pull some of that over for dinner and make some leftover ones for dinner and use it as an appetizer. It never quite makes it that way. The kids come home from school, that's the first thing they attack. They love it. And this time of year, the summer, is when you want your tomatoes. They're really at the peak of their season, July, August, and September. So this is the perfect time to go out and pick up some wonderful, wonderful tomatoes. Also wanted to let you know a little foodie folklore. Tomatoes, known as the love apple, attract love. So if you want to attract love into your life, by all means, eat lots of tomatoes. Some people have to eat more than others. Onions are also known for protection under folklore. So you can have your tomatoes and you can be protected while you're eating them. And as I leave you now, I just want you to remember one thing about bruschetta. Bruschetta, like I said, can be put on a crostini and served as an appetizer. You can make this as a salad, a side dish, or if you just cut them into slices, you can put onion slices in between, drizzle with a little bit of olive oil, and then put a little bit of salt and pepper on top, which I'm going to do right now so we can finish it off. I like using extra virgin olive oil. I love using organic ingredients. If you can get organic ingredients, I would suggest going that way. And even better would be buying from your local farmer through farmers markets and local supermarkets that carry that. Now, I am going to have to taste one of these because it just smells divine. It's a shame we don't have smell-o-vision, but here goes. Oh, that's so good. I wish you were here with me to taste that. So, as they say in Italy, ciao.
Thanks for joining us and Cooking with Chef Jackie. To get this recipe and other fun foodie information, visit us at tastefortravel.net. Connect with her on Facebook at Taste for Travel with Chef Jackie and on Twitter at Chef Jackie1. For now, ciao.